Hello and welcome to this explainer. If you're looking for a little clarity in a seriously chaotic world, well, you're absolutely in the right place. Today, we're exploring one of the most profound lessons the Buddha ever taught. It's a timeless story that teaches us not just how to escape our difficulties, but how to actually grow through them. It's called the Lotus in the Mud.
Okay, let's dive right into this because this core dilemma is something every single one of us faces. We spend so much of our lives trying to push away pain, right? Avoiding discomfort at literally all costs. But I want you to ask yourself, can suffering actually help us grow? Is it possible that the very things pulling us down are the exact things we need to rise up? Keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this explainer.
Section 1. Waiting for perfect water.
You know, we all share this fundamentally human flaw. We spend our whole lives waiting for perfect conditions before we even allow ourselves to be happy. We constantly tell ourselves, when my problems disappear, then I'll be peaceful. We treat peace like it's this final destination just waiting for us after the storm passes. But the Buddhist teachings offer a completely different realization. Peace begins in the middle of suffering. It doesn't start after. It begins right there, right amidst the struggle.
Section 2. The Lotus and the Mud.
To really wrap your head around this, picture a quiet pond situated deep within a peaceful forest. The Buddha is walking there with his disciples. The water is perfectly still, and scattered gracefully across the surface are these incredibly vibrant lotus flowers. As they walked, one disciple stopped, admired the blossoms, and noticed this stark contrast. He turned to the Buddha and asked, "Master, how can something so pure grow in such dirty water?" The Buddha just smiled, walked to the edge, and pointed right beneath the flowers to the thick, dark mud.
The disciples leaned forward, suddenly realizing that the lotus roots were buried deeply inside that dirt. And that's exactly when the Buddha delivered this profound reply. The lotus does not fear the mud. It uses the mud to grow. The very dirt that seems so foul, so dark, it's actually the fuel for the plant's incredible growth.
Just think about the paradox here for a second. The Buddha continued, telling his disciples, if the lotus waited for perfect water, it would never bloom. Purity is growing directly out of the dirt. If that flower demanded crystal clear, pristine water, it would completely miss its chance to bloom.
Section 3. How pain becomes wisdom.
So, what does this all mean? How do we actually translate this ancient metaphor into our own day-to-day psychological growth? Well, hearing the Buddha's words, another disciple asked a super earnest question. Does this mean our suffering can help us? The Buddha nodded, but he added a really crucial nuance. See, just experiencing pain doesn't automatically make you wise. However, when you observe that pain with mindfulness, that's when it transforms into the very soil where wisdom grows. Let's look at the actual mechanics of that transformation. The Buddha taught that every piece of mud we face creates a very specific kind of bloom. Think about it. Every disappointment you face, it teaches patience. Every failure, that teaches humility. And every loss teaches gratitude. Every single difficulty is actually giving your mind a unique opportunity to awaken.
As the morning sunlight reflected across that pond, and the lotus flowers gently moved with the breeze, the Buddha picked up a fallen lotus petal, and he shared this realization. The mud is not your enemy. It is your teacher. When we finally stop running from our difficulties, when we stop avoiding the mud, that is exactly when our hearts can actually begin to bloom.
Section 4. The practice of Vipassanā. Now, pain doesn't just magically turn into wisdom by itself. It requires our active participation. And this is where Vipassanā comes in. Vipassanā is the foundational tool for this whole transformation. It's the practice of observing pain with mindfulness, allowing it to become that rich soil for wisdom. It is literally the bridge between experiencing the mud and becoming the lotus.
And here is exactly how that practice works in real life, broken down into a few clear steps. Step 1. We observe each thought. Step 2. We observe each emotion. Step 3. We observe each sensation. And finally, step 4. We do all of this without clinging to the good feelings and without pushing the bad feelings away. Just like the lotus, through this careful, mindful observation, we rise above the muddy water without hating it. We simply exist with it, using it to reach the surface.
Section 5. Blooming in your own mud.
Now it's time to turn the mirror onto ourselves. I want you to truly reflect on this for a moment. What mud are you standing in today? What is the thick, dark dirt surrounding your roots right now?
Maybe your mud is the crushing weight of everyday stress. Maybe it's the stinging pain of a recent failure at work or in a relationship. It could be the quiet ache of loneliness, or just the paralyzing grip of fear. We all have our mud, we really do. But remember the lesson of the pond. Perhaps these very struggles, the stress, the failure, the loneliness, the fear, they are actively preparing you to bloom. They are giving you the opportunity to learn patience, humility, and gratitude.
I want to leave you with this final, incredibly powerful thought. The lotus never blooms despite the mud. It blooms because of it. I wish you the courage to grow through every difficulty you face, and the wisdom to see the amazing opportunity hidden right there within your suffering. Thank you so much for learning with me today. So ask yourself, what will you choose to grow from your mud tomorrow? Keep blooming, and I will see you next time.